Thank you very much. Um, so on behalf of the Lagos State team, Commissioner, Special Advisor, and our super performing from level set, LRS Chairman, let me welcome to Lagos the Executive Secretary of the Joint Tax Board and his management team, led by Mr. Olusegun Philip Adeshoko. I want to thank you very much for this course of visits. First, let me acknowledge very clearly that I didn't get the sense that this course of visits, was going to turn out like this. I thought it was a course of visits. It was as the chairman, who is the chairman of FIRS, so I thought it was just something to do coming around in Lagos. But having listened to you this morning, first is to really thank and commend you, commend your vision, commend your management staff for deeming it fit, to come around Lagos. Also to thank you for the very generous words you have used to describe our government, and to show us clearly the things we need to do. In terms of observation, my first observation is that you said my chairman is a super chairman. We gave him a new target yesterday, by the way. So I don't know how chair, because we clapped for him for a long time, and I said to him, the number of claps will determine how much budget we need to give you. But that's it. Just also yesterday, so that we just launched another revenue portal. Yesterday, which was an event that the Special Advisor, Taxation and Revenue, held and headed. And so for us, you are right to have observed that we continue to ask ourselves, what are the best, best in class process, procedure, technology, people, incentive that we need to put forward for us to achieve our objectives. We've seen that indeed, if we simplify the process, if we put forward an enterprise architecture that is easier to operate, that is easy to access, you'll see a better e-governance structure, that will also help with transparency, accountability, and can also hold people, clearly where the gaps, what are the things you need to do, what are the resources that you require, and that's how we envision the government. Without sounding as if I'm taking any glory, and without sense of modesty, when the journey of reforming and transforming the Lagos Tax Board, then as it was called, I was privileged to be around way back in 2004 when we started, and it wasn't an easy call, and the words we are sharing to use, which is autonomy or use professionalism, let's call it what it is. They needed that autonomy, and we made difficult calls then in 2004, 2005, where we had to tell, the civil servant at that time, we needed to make a decision. Do you want to be in the core civil service, or want to, be with the LRS when the name was changed and was rebranded, and people that felt that the heat would be too much, of course they opted to come back into the service. But if you know that you want to work in an environment, quasi-public sector, but will be driven by target, will be driven by numbers, will be driven by, professionalism, stay on this side. And people did, and I remember very well then too, with all sense of modesty, I was also one of the people that gave our chairman then, who became the FIRS chairman, Mr. Tony Fowler, the very first set of targets. And I remember in 2006 when I did say to him that, you will gladden my heart forever if you can make 5 billion monthly revenue. 5 billion, and he was such a very, very tough order. Because if you remember, Mr. President who came in as the governor of Lagos State used to also explain that the revenue of Lagos State then in 2000 was barely 600 million, and aggressively, were able to double it and triple it. And so at that time, to make a 5 billion revenue was pretty much just, taking, an elephant right through the middle eye. And thank God it was something that he also took on, right? Given all of the resources that we put forward there. And like you said, 17, 18, 19 years down the line, we're here. So I cannot agree less with you to say that these things, if you want it to happen, you have to do things differently and you have to be deliberate and intentional on what you want to try to achieve and how you want to go about it. I have listened to you very carefully, and I take a lot of sense out of what you're saying, and I want to assure you, without any doubt of doubt, that we need to, take this message forward. We need to be able to get my brother colleagues, in the room and show numbers don't lie, reforms don't lie, and be able to put this right, at their doorstep, and I, without being paid, I agree to be the leader champion. It's easy for people to criticize and to complain, but you cannot. We're one of the lowest, tax to GDP per capita in not only in Africa, in the world. We're one of, so meaning that there's still a lot, of opportunity. There's still a lot that we can do. We're one of the lowest, and we're saying to ourselves that, we're still, let's say the way it is, we're still a fairly poor country, given our budget size, given our population, and if you look at our GDP per capita, as who we were in 1960 or 1965, we're neck meeting and where we are today. So we should not even kid ourselves at all. We really, really need to have, a hot, conversation and let people see. But are the opportunities there? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And must we, not take it up now? There's no better time. You've lost yesterday. Today is the best next day. You cannot allow tomorrow to just slip by. And I'm willing to do it, quite frankly. So I will work with your office. I'll work with my chairman, and I would also pass on message where, I will also lead a presentation, a close presentation to my colleagues, and we will show, what we need to do and how we can resource, and give them the teeth, and we'll see the changes, in years ahead, so that we keep saying it that a lot of these states have different capability. Let each one of them, be able to identify, their core, resource areas, and let us help, to push these things forward, and we can reduce whatever bleeding are happening, whatever leakages are there, and Lagos can also plan, because for us it also affects us. The amount of pressure on our infrastructure, on our facilities, it's a lot for us. So I want to assure you that you've seen a willing partner in the Lagos State government who will work to design solutions that we can take forward, present to all other subnationals, and the next, as we move forward, we begin to see, the desired changes, and expected outcomes on it. But having said that, I will not allow my chairman to have a freebie today. Yes, he's doing very well, done very well. Those figures they are talking about, he knows that he has a month. So that I shouldn't be there believing that we're hooray. We're not hooray yet. Because we know too well, and the experts, especially, they also know, that it's only when we do all of those things, that the citizens can indeed see the full benefits, of government. And so I don't pride myself that we're there yet. There's still a lot more rooms, to be done. But we want to thank them. We want to thank LRs, we want to thank them, thank them, brand new office, support them. And some of the things that we've done or we're doing with them, we share some of these things with my colleagues, and it's not rocket science, quite frankly. It's just to be able to, put square rows, the square pegs, and to get this thing done. So once again, the executive, thank you very much for coming. I wish you all the very best, and like I said, we will work with you, on this journey, to evolve a better, tax regime for our country. Thank you.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel Goldmyne TV and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.